You're listening to Ask Mr. Brown. Got questions? Well, ask Mr. Brown. He'll give you his perspective on your questions. He's a speaker, a mentor. He's the choice guy who wants to help you make better choices to live a better life. So go ahead, ask Mr. Brown.
Well, everyone, welcome to the edition of Ask Mr. Brown. I've been motivated to do some of these Ask Mr. Brown because I've been doing a bunch of Ask Mr. Brown Kids edition. So I'm just going to do a normal one. I actually got some questions from some previous schools I've been to. So I'm going to answer one of the questions in this episode because it's a pretty funny episode, a funny question. But hey, hope you guys are having a great summer. Happy 4th of July, which is coming up. And by the time you see this, 4th of July has already been passed. But happy 4th of July. And hey, I hope you had a great time. I've had a great summer so far. I took my wife on a somewhat a surprise trip for her birthday. We went for a whole week. We celebrated her birthday week, and we got to go to the coast. She loves the beaches, so we went to the beach, hung out. We got a beautiful hotel room that was right on the beach. Got to walk down to the beach, hear the waves at night. It was really cool. Hope you guys having a great summer too. We even went to the Trees of Mystery. Have you ever heard of Trees of Mystery? It's not quite a mystery, but it's a place where you can see a bunch of redwoods, and I took a picture inside of a redwood tree that was bigger than me. Most redwoods are bigger than me. Yeah, all of them are. Anyway, hey, had a great time. We had a great summer as well. But I want to jump into this question a student submitted. It's about shoes. But to me, this question is more than about shoes. It's about Jordans. If you've seen me speak, I wear Air Jordans when I speak. Now, I'll just give you the question, and I'll give you my perspective on this question. That's what this episode's about. The question was, how much were your shoes? Where did you get your shoes? What Jordan did you get in your 20s? Where do you buy your clothes? So I guess it's about the way I dress for me. I don't dress to try to fit all the fads and the things that change, because as a kid, I couldn't afford, to wear the Guess jeans and all the Jordans. I couldn't afford them then, and I really can't afford them now at full price. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So I never grew up trying to fit in with the trends, so we just couldn't afford it. So I just used what I had, and I made the best of it. So I just made my clothes look the best I can make them look. So it's so funny now, because I don't dress to try to fit the new trends. I don't wear skinny jeans. I don't sag my pants. I don't really try to relate with this generation in the clothing, because I'm me. But it's funny because kids think they like the way I dress, even though I wear suit coats when I speak and I wear a shirt. And sometimes I'm matching. Maybe that's what they like, the fact that I'm color coordinated, because I really do like to color coordinate. But kids, one day I was speaking, a girl said, "Mr. Brown, you drippy." I'm like, I'm what? Like drippy? I was thinking all the negative things that could mean, but she was saying she likes my clothes. So it's funny that kids like the way I dress, even though I'm not trying to appeal to their sense of fashion. I'm just dressing as me. I'm me. That's all you get. Let me tell you about these Jordans, because I think a lot of kids make a big deal about the Jordans. I usually wear Jordans, and I'm pretty sure the shoes that they're talking about either were my red Jordans or my black and gold ones. Now, the red ones cost like $40. And when I say that to some students, they're like, "No way, that's crazy," because these same shoes people buy for $200-$300. But I can't afford that. I said I couldn't afford shoes like Jordans when I was a kid. I couldn't, and I still can't afford them full price. I just not me. I have kids. I have bills. I have things I have to pay for, and buying a $400 pair of shoes is not in my budget. Some people buy things to make themselves feel good. They wear the designer things because it makes them feel like they're important. I remember a kid came up to me one day years ago. He walked to me and he had a pair of Jordans on. I didn't have any Jordans at that time. I was in my mid-20s. I've never had a pair of Jordans at this point. And this kid walked to me. He's like, "Mr. Brown, my shoes cost more than everything you wearing." And the truth was, he was right. Like, he was trying to diss me, right? But he was right that his shoes did cost more than everything I had on. But that doesn't mean he's more valuable because of what he has on his shoes. It doesn't mean that he's better than me because of what he has on his feet. And this little kid, like 7-8 years old, and I could have went off on him and talked about him back, but I said, "No, hey, you're right. Those are nice shoes." I had to understand I was the adult in the room, and I didn't have to go down that route with him. But he was saying, "Mr. Brown, look at me. I don't feel like I have much value, but look at my shoes. My shoes have value. Look at this, look at this, look at this." And a lot of people buy things to make themselves. And I think that's very sad that we buy things to make us feel good about ourselves. We have to have someone else's name, some of the designer, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all these names to make us feel good about ourselves. And I think that's sad. I don't wear Jordans to make myself feel good. I tell kids all the time, I make Jordans look good. Jordans just accent my awesomeness. Because if I didn't need them, I would still feel like I'm awesome. I would still feel proud of who I am. I'm not being conceited. I have self-esteem, so to speak, and it's really not self-esteem. I believe God made me for a purpose, that my identity is in God. Therefore, I'm okay with who I am. If I don't meet all the standards that the people around me say I need to meet, if I don't wear the right shoes, the right pants, I'm still okay with me because God's okay with me. And that's just who I am in my DNA. I understand I've been accepted by God through Jesus Christ. Therefore, I'm okay with me. And I know it's kind of religious, but that's the backbone. That's my foundation. If you want to know more about my foundation, check out my website, proclaimministries.com. I work with a nonprofit organization that we talk about connecting faith and life. Because I grew up as a kid who went to church, but I was finding all my values and things outside of the church. I was finding all my values and things outside of God. I was not one who was focusing on who God is and what God made me to be. So going back to these shoes, I don't wear Jordans because they make me feel good about myself. I wear them because they're accent to what I wear. I've been to shoe stores before where I saw a pair of Jordans. And I thought, man, these would fit with this outfit. They would look so good, but they wanted too much money for them. So I'm like, peace. I didn't need them. I have enough pair of shoes right now. So at this point, I don't need them. As a matter of fact, funny story about the red shoes I have. I wasn't going to buy those shoes. I saw them. I thought they was nice, but I had enough pair of shoes. I'm like, I don't need them. But then my daughter found a pair of those red Jordans that in her size. And so then she was begging me to buy them so we can have matching shoes. So I bought them. But the funny thing is she outgrew them. So we're waiting for Evan to be able to fit them so me and he can wear them together. So, but I wasn't going to buy any more because I didn't need any. And for me, that's what it's about. I don't need these shoes necessarily. I don't need them. So if they're too expensive, I don't buy them. I buy them because they accent my outfits. With that said, the second part of the question was, where did you get your shoes? I usually get my shoes from the outlet mall. I travel a lot, so when I go to outlet malls, I find them on sale. And something about the Nike outlet mall, sometimes they have them on sale and then they're another 30% off. So whenever you walk in the store, you see another 30% off for all the shoes in the back. I'm looking real hard to find some shoes. I also have found some Jordans at Ross. Don't sleep on Ross. Ross, dress for less. I found some shoes there. My wife bought me a pair for my birthday there, and they were like $25. Look, I don't need to get them for expensive price. My favorite place to get my Jordans is a clearance store in San Leandros, California. It's right outside of Oakland. When we travel that way, we always stop there. And at one point, they had it where every shoe that was over 13 and a half was half off, no matter what. And I'm like, oh, I was loving it. I was buying all kinds of shoes, but they took that away. So, so I still go there, get some every once in a while when I'm there. So that's where I get them from. When I was 20, I had no Jordans. I couldn't afford them. I did not have any Jordans. The first time I bought a pair of Jordans after I was already married, I was visiting some friends in Florida and we found a Nike clearance store. And I saw a pair of Jordans for $25. And I'm like, what? And they were nice. They were black, trimmed in red. A lot of Jordans are black and red. And I was like, man, 25? No, I went up to the counter. This got to be a mistake. No, just right, 25. I bought them. Not only that, I saw a bunch of basketball shoes that were like once they get discounted like $20, $30. I left there with 7 or 9 pair of shoes. I can't remember. I bought a whole bunch of pair of shoes that day. And I spent, and I play basketball all the time. So these were good basketball shoes. So I bought a bunch of shoes that day. But I did not wear Jordans in my early 20s. I didn't wear them till after I was already married and I was already 30-something years old. Last part of the question, where do I get my clothes? I get my clothes, but they on sale. Ross, dress for less. My suits I do get either from K&G Menswear or I get them from Men's Warehouse. But I will go anywhere where there's a sale because I like stuff on sale. Kohl's department store. Don't sleep on Kohl's department store either. My mama, she taught me how to shop at Kohl's department store, look for stuff on sale, and they send me the coupons in the mail. I like them coupons. But that's my perspective on Jordans and where I get my shoes from and why I wear them. I don't wear them because I want to make myself feel good or look good, listen, I don't want to send the wrong message either. I don't want you to think you have to have a pair of shoes to feel good about yourself. If you can't afford Jordans, hey, wear what you got, make it look good. You be you. Wear Vans, I don't know if Vans are expensive or not, wear flip-flops, you be you. And that confidence needs to come from who you are, not what you have. Because if you allow yourself to be defined by what you have, one day you won't have what you think you need to have, and therefore you will lose yourself in those things. And unfortunately, a lot of people in our world lose themselves in things and not what really matters. So that's my perspective on that question. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And if you got another question, you can submit that question by visiting to choosewellprogram.com and just leave a question there. Or you can visit my other website, hellomrbrown.com. Either one. That way I will get your questions. And, the more questions I get, the more likely I'll do another episode of Ask Mr. Brown. Not just the kids edition, but the regular edition, which this is the regular edition, not the kids edition. The kids edition, you find on a different website. Anyway, hope you guys have a great summer. And most importantly, remember, when you make better choices, you will live a better life. So choose well. Oh, yeah.